Hello, and welcome to the fourth episode of our podcast. Today I'm joined by a member of our PE staff, so if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I'm Mr. Wilson. I'm recently joined the PE department as principal teacher PE, and still very new to the school, but happy to be here.
Right, let's get started then. What genre of books do you read the most?
I read a bit of everything. With my job, I'm quite keen on reading books about work, which maybe sounds a little bit sad. But I enjoy trying to read to try and get better at kind of what I'm doing and kind of progress myself, I suppose, a little bit, become a better teacher than I am currently. In my own time, I read a lot of crime, kind of fiction. I like to try and alternate it, so I'll generally try and read maybe like a crime novel. So I'm reading books by kind of Peter James at the moment, a Swedish writer, Camilla Lackberg. I'll maybe read like a crime novel and then I'll move on and maybe go back to something a bit heavier, like something about work or maybe an autobiography. Some kind of work-related books, some crime, some sports-related or otherwise autobiographies would be my kind of go-tos.
Right. How important is reading to you?
It's very important. I'm probably guilty of not doing as much of it as I would like during school time. When I'm working and when I'm tired, I think it's easy to think that you don't have time for it. But I certainly find that when I'm reading, I tend to become a lot more relaxed. I tend to become a lot more, not less agitated, in a bit of a better mindset than I maybe am if I come home from work or if I maybe just spend time watching TV or playing a games console, whatever it may be. So yeah, I think reading is very important for me. I think, as I've said a moment ago as well, it's something that I think I learn a lot from.
Yeah.
I think it's helped me massively with my level of English, and that's both in terms of work and kind of constructing emails and things like that, but also just being able to have conversations with other people about maybe topics I wasn't as confident in previously. I think, and a lot of it, subconscious. I think like I've been able to develop a lot of my literacy skills through simply reading without really being aware that I'm doing that. I think it's hugely important, and it's something that hopefully this is coming across, but it's something that I get a lot of pleasure from as well.
Yeah. How important is reading to PE or sport in general?
Yeah, I think it's very important for a number of reasons. I think if I split that in two, if I look at PE firstly, we obviously have pupils that will come up and they'll do National 5 PE or they'll maybe do higher PE, they'll maybe choose to go into sport and fitness, which is a level 5 MBA qualification, and all these courses require writing, so all of a sudden it's no longer just practical, they're having to write about what they're doing. And to me, if there is someone coming in that has a love for reading or has an interest in reading, then as I've kind of alluded to already, they've maybe got they're maybe more confident with their literacy skills, which helps them articulate themselves and write down their written responses. So I think in a PE setting, if you are more into your reading, it's certainly going to help when it gets to that time in your PE pathway, I suppose. But again, even just if we look at younger year groups, I think S1, S2, S3, where it is more practical, if you've got someone that is very keen on reading, and again, it might not even be reading in a PE setting, but just keen on reading, and you're maybe doing some question and answering, you're maybe getting them to understand rules or follow instructions, generally they tend to probably understand how to do that a little bit better, or maybe get a higher quality of response from them. So yeah, I think it's hugely important in PE. And then in sport, as I've said, like it's something that I find really relaxes me, and I find that if I am in the habit of reading regularly in the evenings, then I'm maybe more likely the next morning to get up and go to the gym or get up and train for my chosen sport, whereas if I flip it the other way and I don't read, then I find that I'm maybe not in the right mindset, I maybe feeling a bit more kind of tired after watching TV late into the night. So I think reading combines very well with both PE and sport, yeah.
Right. Do you think that books and sport are combined often enough?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Do I think they're combined often enough? I think I'd be tempted to say no. Now, I suppose I need to think a little bit about why I think that, but I think there's obviously maybe more of a push now than there was a number of years ago, and there's maybe more, that's to get people reading. There's maybe more choice now, there's maybe a lot more sporting books available. I don't know if those books are necessarily appealing to the people that they're trying to target. You know, I think there's a lot of people that generally will like sport and stereotypically will not want or have as much of an interest in reading. I think the image of it is seen by a lot of people to be something that is boring and maybe not something that is exciting, which, you know, I fundamentally disagree with. So I think they are starting to combine the two, but I'm not confident that they've yet managed to combine it in the right way to try and appeal to everyone's tastes. Naturally as well, though, I think obviously that people generally that enjoy or that find reading difficult are then maybe the same people that don't enjoy reading as much, so maybe it's something to do with that as well. But no, I think they are starting to combine them, but I don't think they've yet got the right combination as to how they're going to combine them in the right way for the most gain, I suppose, from young people.
Right, okay. Well, that's about it. So, thanks for joining us today.
No problem, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. So, that's about it. So, make sure to keep an eye out for the next episode. See ya.